What is up, my YouTube adorables? So, last night, I mean, when you watch the news, some of it's fear campaign and stuff like that, but when you live right next to the I-5 corridor, you're thinking, okay, pimps and prostitutes, which it's like, everyone's probably 25 and older. And all of a sudden you're hearing about men getting caught and women getting caught for selling kids? I'm sorry. All I have to say about that is those people should not be allowed to, function as people and just walk around Earth, like it's just, I don't know. They need more than a few years in jail, you know what I mean? And that's all I have to say. I honestly think people like that, don't even deserve to live. And that's just my thought about it. So, how do these people get to walk the earth still as, living people? It just doesn't, I don't know. So, I'm a little bit riled up about that, that kind of makes me mad and worried, because, now every time I see some sketchy meth addict or, some crazy homeless person walking down the street, male or female, walking down the street with a kid on 82nd or anything like that, I'm going to start thinking twice. And I'm going to start thinking once to call the cops and the second time to figure out what I'm going to say. You know what I mean? And I think actually it'll be more like once to get them on video doing everything that they're doing and twice to call the cops and report that person. I'm not going to put up with it at all. So, be on the lookout for your local kids next to the corridor. Watch out for those corridor babies because they need our help right now, and it doesn't look like parents are giving their kids too much help. So watch out for those pimps, watch out for those creepy meth addicts, watch out for our babies here next to the corridor because they need our help. Because obviously shit has gotten crazy on the I-5 corridor. They need to really shut it down. Shit has gotten way too crazy on that corridor. It needs to be cut down immediately. This is not right. This is inhumane. This is stuff that you only hear about going on in other countries. The fact that it's happening here in Oregon, Washington, and California is absolutely it's perplexing. It's very frustrating, and I think we need to do something about it. As 3 states, as the Northwest, as the West, as, the Mid-Northwest, we need to do something drastic. Whether that means, calling DHS on, people holding hands with the baby, walking down 82nd, or, meth addicts who obviously aren't taking care of their kids, or people who need money for a motel room for their kids. If you guys look at that sign, that's a big, huge sign. You shouldn't need a motel room for your kid if there is plenty of shelters that will allow people with children to go into. If somebody needs a shelter or a motel for their children, that is a red flag. I don't care what you say. And if you disagree, you're a suspect. And if you can't find a motel, people need to find ways to get these people and their parents, somewhere, inside of a safe facility with cameras where you can monitor who's going in and who's going out and what they're doing with that kid. If, people get their kids taken away for not having a home and stuff like that, that's where these kids need to go, and that needs to go for everybody. It shouldn't just go for some people or certain cases or case by case, because kids are now getting raped, and people are selling them. So this is what the messed up DHS system has caused for, the corridor and all these children and innocent people involved. That since they don't want to take away the right kids, what they have now caused are kids being prostituted. So let's really think about what DHS is doing and how much help they're really giving America. Especially here on the West Coast, they need to be way more active. How do certain parents get their kids taken away for minor things, but they have family that they can live with, but then you have drug addicts and pimps and stuff with kids taking them up and down the I-5 corridor because DHS is not doing a sufficient enough job about really going case by case and thinking about what parents are we taking these kids away from. So, yeah, I think there needs to be a clean sweep. If you don't have money to take to have a place, if you don't have money to put clothes on your back, if you don't have the resources to get food stamps, and you don't have the resources to be able to get in a shelter, then you don't need to have a fucking kid. Especially if you're going to be putting them up and down that corridor, it doesn't need to happen. So if anybody wants to call me a snitch, a narc, a tattletale, a doing too much, you know, like, calm down, you need to get all the facts, no the fuck I don't. Because when it comes to a kid or a child or a toddler, I will be there 100% all the way, and I won't give a damn who doesn't like me for it. This is Princess Onyx checking out.